We are going to form our ideal superhero and see if that hero will defeat some random villain that we select.
All right. Yeah, great intro. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, as Eli said, we're gonna choose our favorite superhero and present their abilities regardless of power level. So there will be no discussing of, oh, but in this comic book panel, this guy did this. In this comic book panel, this guy did this. He's obviously much more overpowered. Now we're just gonna be looking at the abilities that we know of, not all their abilities, and strengths, weaknesses, challenges that they face, stuff like that. And we add the power set of 2 additional superheroes that we love, and we randomly select a villain from the wheel that Eli generously prepared, and we see how well we do, and hopefully we don't die in the process. So, I will be starting, and I dressed up, whoops, I'm missing a glove. I dressed up as the one, the only, Caped Baldy. I chose Saitama as my favorite hero. He possesses, I can't speak, one tongue man. So my abilities are superhuman physical prowess, enhanced striking power, the normal and serious punch, my fist is glitching, the theoretical infinite potential, because according to Dr. Genus, Saitama actually broke past his limiter. Basically, all humans have a limit to what they can do, and basically Saitama broke past his limiter. So as long as he pushes his body to the limits, he'll just keep getting stronger and stronger. Also, he can jump really far, really high. He has clever adaptability to opponents. I cannot speak too much, especially to people who haven't caught up with the manga. Yeah, he can adapt really cleverly against a lot of opponents, and he has strong willpower despite the odds. Yeah. Alrighty then. And my next character is too heavy. It's Thor. Thor. Ignore the hammer glitching out. The hammer is disappearing. Thanos is working his power on the axe. Anyway, Thor's abilities. So I'll be putting the abilities of Thor into Saitama. And Thor possesses godly physicality. I mean, look at Chris Hemsworth. Not in this photo, but look at Chris Hemsworth. My God. Also, longevity. Daddy.
Oh, I
Sorry,
heard that. Heard that. Anyway.
Sorry, Mrs. Hemsworth. Anyway, and next is longevity. He ages much slower, and yeah, he can live for thousands of years. I don't know how long, probably like 5,000. He can fly. He has accelerated healing, lightning powers plus Stormbreaker, warrior experience, and weather manipulation. Plenty of abilities in the comics that we will not tackle. I'll be focusing on the movies. So yeah, that's Thor. And my second additional hero, my personal favorite from Marvel, is Daredevil, Matthew Murdock, who I share a name with. I'm also Matthew. He has superhuman senses, except for sight, which he lost when he was a child. But since we will be putting his abilities into Saitama, we will not be taking into account Matthew's blindness. But Matthew has the radar sense, which Stanley explicitly stated to be superior to Spider-Man's spider sense, because it allows him to view, like, not really, yeah, his body emits like a kind of energy, and it allows him to paint a clear picture of the world around him. Except for pictures, I don't think he can read pictures as well as a human, but he's really good in detecting the environment and all. Martial arts mastery, like boxing, Wing Chun, Muay Thai, Krav Maga, all sorts of martial arts. Acrobatic ability, of course, knowledge of the legal system, tough armor, and a billy club, and improved healing so long as he meditates. He is human, but he is a really good, like, one-man army. Yeah. Oh, they're cute kittens.
Oh, you hear that?
You got an army of cats to back you up. All right. I hope this music is not copyrighted. I really
Keep
hope.
talking. Keep talking.
Keep talking. Keep talking. And so the
Keep
final
talking.
hero. Keep talking. Ah! The final hero is Saitama with the powers of Thor and Daredevil combined, which makes him a very well-rounded hero, because Saitama is not as strong as Thor, as for if we're talking about comic book Thor, he's not as strong. He's stronger than movie Thor, but not as strong as comic book Thor. But combine their powers, and he's very well rounded. And yeah, Saitama's physicality is enhanced by Thor's Norse god powers. So imagine a serious punch, but with lightning backing it up. Yeah, Daredevil and Thor, they have really good fighting skill, especially if you add in Daredevil's club, Thor's Stormbreaker. Radar sense makes it easier to study environments and opponents, detect evil and danger before it even arrives. And Daredevil and Thor, they both have armor and weapons. Challenges, or I don't want to say weaknesses for sensitivity purposes, so we'll call it challenges. So Daredevil has a sensory overload weakness, meaning if you blare like really loud music, like right now, if we blare loud music on Daredevil, his senses will be overloaded and he won't be able to fight as effectively. Yeah. And of course, Saitama, Thor, and Matt have tackled mental health issues in the past. If we're talking about the mainstream portrayal, Saitama has depression. Thor, I believe, battled depression, and Matt, I don't want to spoil too much, but he does suffer from mental health conditions, and it's a very serious topic. So it's worth taking note of. And next, so we described the world that these characters belong to sort of set the stage when we face the random villain. So I combined the entire worlds of the One Punch Man manga series and the Marvel Comics /MCU universe. I said universe redundantly because it's Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's
I was about to ask about that.
It's that awesome. Yeah. So if we combine those worlds, then that means that we live in a society wherein the Avengers compound is in the USA and the Hero Association, which Saitama is a part of, is in Japan to protect the innocent. So there's twice as many superheroes to defend the world. And the characters in both universes exist in one universe. Me, as Saitama, I have Genos. Well, it's a 1v1, right? So I can't bring Genos with me. But yeah, I got Genos, I got the Hero Association, and yeah. Stuff like that. Okay, now your turn, Eli.
Okay, so my ideal superhero would be Rachel Roth, also known as Raven. So her abilities basically, we know that she's magic. So first off, flight or levitation is already obvious in her daily activities. She literally levitates around the Titan's tower just to get to places, or teleportation, which is included in psionic abilities. So psionic abilities, she can do telekinesis, telepathy, astral projection, empathy, what's that other telepower? But yeah, her spiritual abilities are linked to her being part demon. So that's also under psionic abilities. Basically, the rest I've listed down: dark and light magic, energy projection, reality alteration, superhuman durability, and of course, as a hero, you need to know some combative skills. So she also knows some martial arts. Right. Okay, so I put disclaimer here. My first additional hero would be Crystalia Immaculate, or Crystal in general. I roleplayed her once during my roleplay days, but I only read about her in various wikis. I've only read about her, and I selected this picture because, well, you can see the sweet baby. Right. So Crystal's powers are strictly on elemental manipulation, so she can manipulate water, air, fire, and electricity only. Then, of course, combat skills similarly to Raven, and she's got a little sidekick. Well, not really little. He's how tall is Lockjaw? She's tall. The boy's taller than her. How tall is Lockjaw? All right. Lockjaw is a 6 foot tall pit bull.
Whoa.
Like, no, not pit bull, bulldog. So he's a 6 foot tall teleporting bulldog who is very much close to Crystal. So that's a little pro for her because, come on, who doesn't want a dog who can take you places?
Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah. Right. And the last right, so Raven is already a very powerful being, but I feel like I just had to include Shuri. I was actually debating between Shuri and Tony Stark
Oh.
because I was targeting specifically on the genius level intellect for them both. So they're both geniuses. They're both master engineers. Raya's Asian parents. We're Asian, baby. Yeah, master scientist, and of course the weapon skill. She has her vibranium gauntlet or the posies, and of course combat skills that never goes away.
Nice.
So the final hero, the strength of this final hero is basically Raven and Crystal's supernatural skills. Since Raven already tackles dark and light energy or dark and light powers, dark and light magic. There you go, dark and light magic, and with Crystal's elemental manipulation, basically you cover almost all that exist, combined with Shuri's genius intellect. I'm not saying that the former two aren't that smart, but right, we'll get to that. Next is unnecessary incantation. Raven's powers mostly work on having to say Azarath Methion Zintos, which if she doesn't get to recite that incantation, then her powers are basically useless. Unlike Crystal, where she can just get her mind to it. Okay. So she can manipulate her powers under any situation. Magic skills can be backed up by weapons coordination and vice versa. So, you can't always have magic, you know. I mean, it can be there. You're inborn with it, but at some point you need to use some weapons if your energy is low. So this hero is basically versatile and powerful, and my biggest takeaway from Crystal is that you have a furry buddy with powers as a cute sidekick and an ally. I've got 6 furry buddies here.
Even better.
Right, so the challenge is magic needs to be under control most of the time, so no spoilers. There are some episodes where Raven has had her fits, which is related to Raven's demonic heritage bringing morale up to question. So these fits are in a way uncontrollable. It's like you just have this sudden wave of bloodlust overcome you. And next, data issues. I don't need to elaborate on that. I have a shit dad, and so does Raven. And anxiety issues when it comes to battle. This is more of a personal thing for me. Because I'm hesitant. I'm mostly hesitant. And I wrote there. I would have been Doctor Strange too.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the amulet actually. Because I couldn't
nice.
find an amulet that suits Raven.
It's a good one.
I don't own any amulets. But yeah. The thing is, between Doctor Strange and Raven, Raven's magic is inborn, whereas Doctor Strange's is he learned it, right?
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, he could lose it anytime, unlike Raven. It's with her.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I was going with this, but of course we have an isolated and mostly peaceful area of Wakanda, with most of these based in Well, culture, amazingly... I wrote there amazingly diverse in culture. What did I write? Amazingly diversity. Yeah. I know it's going over my head.
This is a city.
So, they're both cities. So unlike the shit city that the Teen Titans has to go through, I mean, you still have to battle some villains, but if we're talking like a city that's easy to build up again, a city with good damage control, then a city like Wakanda sounds like a better place to be in. So of course, it's easy to go worldwide given the powers mentioned. So this hero is flexible as a worldwide hero because of Raven's teleportation powers. And also the teleporting dog. Then more low-key living area compared to the Titan's tower. So the Titan's tower is very obvious. So someone could just nuke that anytime. Am I wrong? I'm surprised nobody has nuked it yet. Yeah, keep it low-key, you know? Then connections with characters mentioned is highly encouraged. So, as powerful as this character is, she might need some allies. other than the Titans, but I'm thinking in this part it's when they're mostly grown up.
Yeah.
So we changed.
Looking at them at their best. So yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Next slide. Now, I'm gonna let you take over the slide. Well, not this slide, but like in general, because like what we're gonna do is, well, first of all, let's discuss. Based on like what your character is capable of. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much HP would they have? I'm not just talking like durability, health, and whatnot, but like how hard of a fight would they put up? You know what I mean? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, like how much HP would they have? Your Raven, your version of Raven.
Yeah, my version of Raven is pretty strong, but I'll be forgiving and give it a 9.
A 9. Okay. So my Saitama version, I would say, you see, Saitama is extremely strong, and if you add in the power levels of Thor and the radar sense of Matt, I think that he's gonna be hard to hit, even harder. And even if he gets hit, he's gonna take it. But he does not have any resistance. He has not shown any kind of resistances to like reality manipulation, magic, like abilities. Like it's just not present in Saitama's world. That I think if he encounters a magic like villain, do we have magic villains? Oh, we do, sort of.
We do.
In Bill Cipher, sort of. But like yeah, he does not have any resistances to stuff like that, or at least hasn't shown it. So I think a 7 is pretty generous. All right. So my HP is 7 based on how hard of a fight I'd put, and your HP is a 9 based on how hard of a fight you put. Now, you have a wheel. If you could kindly spin it and see which villain you will fight.
I would fight?
Yeah. So the villain that when you spin the wheel, the villain that pops up, that's the villain you will fight.
Yeah. Right, so I got King Candy.
You got King Candy. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's set the stage. So, how much HP would King Candy
have? Well, he's a little glitchy, so maybe an 8 or a 7.
An 8 or a 7. Okay.
So, because he's not really that strong. He just prefers to have the power.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a tiny man. Come on.
Well, he got big. He's a big bug monster, right? Yeah. So,
still,
let's set the stage. Where does the fight take place? Where you're gonna fight King Candy? Where does this fight take place?
Let's assume that King Candy popped out of an arcade machine, became a real person, and yeah, basically trying to make everything his world and all. So, I guess everything that I can't say touches, but anything that he might attack would become like arcadey and all, depending on the game that he's taking over.
Like pixels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Then, as his power grows, he becomes this weird bug villain. That. Well.
Go ahead.
I mean, the easiest way is.
Wait, hold on. Before you discuss how you would beat them, do you have, if you could open in a separate tab, a 20-sided die? Google has that. Remember in the Unis Anas video, Mark and Ethan, they pulled up a 20-sided die. So that's how we're gonna dictate how this fight goes.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll how many 20-sided die do you want?
Let's go 20, because like that's like Magic the Gathering D&D sort of. Yeah.
Roll this dude, and I got 17.
17. Now roll for King Candy. Let's see.
King Candy got a 7.
Ooh, I think. All right. So how, like, paint the picture for me. you got a 17 in power, and he got a
Mhm.
7 in power. How much damage does that do? Like, what the heck happens? What abilities do you use? And all that.
Right. So Raven can basically make any shape with her dark magic and all.
Mm-hmm.
So there are times where Raven just creates two huge hands.
Splat.
And I don't know. But I'm not sure if that would be the entire end of King Candy because he can glitch out of that splatting situation.
Ooh. How much
But the
damage does it
glitching
do?
seems a problem. Let's say. Um, Wait, how much damage are we talking on a scale of?
Because like the HP is like 1 to 10, right? But you gave King Candy 7 and you got a 9. So like depending on how far the gap of the rolls are, that's how much damage that, just from your assessment, like how much HP does that take off? You know what I mean?
I think that takes 4.
Takes 4. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, big stat.
Big splat.
King Candy glitches out.
All right.
Right. Let's roll
Let's
again.
roll again. Let's roll again.
Ah. I got a 19.
Ooh, 19.
You're so lucky with this.
Yeah, you're lucky. And what did King Candy get?
King Candy gets 5.
5. Yeah, he's dead. Like dead.
He's dead.
How did you kill him?
Yeet him to hell.
Oh yeah, you can. Just
Let Dad
portal.
take care of him. Dad, this little guy bullied me.
Just like
Dad, I know I hate you, but could you kill this tiny little shit for me? Yeah, he's dead.
all right. My turn. I'll go to my world.
2 hits.
All right. Okay, this is my world, right? So kindly roll and see what villain I have to fight. Please not Bill Cipher.
Uh-huh.
Fingers crossed. Who do I fight?
I'm sorry.
Who am I gonna fight? Oh shit.
Bill Cyber. You jinxed
God.
it, babe.
Dun, 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 dun. Like just fucking one punch and then like he undoes reality, so I go backwards in time. Oh god.
I mean, that's how he was defeated with one punch.
Well, but it was sort of in the
Spoiler
mind,
free.
you know. It was
But
in the
still.
mind. Okay, fair enough. All right. So I imagine Bill Cipher is an extra-dimensional god demon, and he one-shot the time baby, who was another overpowered bald character. Just with one finger, bang, and then freaking overpowered bald character died. So yeah, I would imagine Bill Cipher would get a 10. Slightly more powerful than Raven, but slightly. I think a fight would be between them would go for hours.
Yeah.
Hours. So this is a big test for me because me, the amped up Saitama, because I got the powers of Thor and Daredevil. So I got 7, right? So I have to fight someone who's a 10 in the HP and power scale. So yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this. Kindly roll for me. And we'll see how well my normal and serious punches do against the 5 dimension.
You got a 12?
I got a 12. And how much does Bill get?
12.
Ooh! So what? So I'm gonna set the stage. I'm like, Bill, I haven't had a good fight in like 3 years, approaching 4 years now. So I just want to punch you in your big eye. I'm looking at my ring light right now, and it looks like a big eye. So I'm like,
you got an eye right here.
You got an eye, Awagamoto. I'm just like, okay, normal punch, and I just throw it, and Bill just headbutts my freaking fist, and it does damage to me, but it damages him too, you know, and him being an extra dimensional god demon, I'm like, oof, it's like it's gonna be a tough fight. So I say we both take 2 damage, or we both take 1 damage. What is fair?
I think you both take just 1. So
Both
punch.
take 1. Okay. Alright, so I'm down to 6 HP. He's down to 9. Nice. Alright,
Okay,
try
next
again.
roll.
Try again.
You get a 10.
I get a 10. Oh dear. And how much does he get?
Bill gets a 14.
Oh shit. That's a pretty decent. So what happens is I try to use my killer move, serious sideways jump, and I just do like after images, like back and forth. But he's like not having any of it, and so he just laser beams me right in the chest. You know, my cape is torn off at this point. I don't. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, my cape is torn off at this point, and I take like 2 damage because it's kind of close, 10 versus 14. Yeah, so like I take 2 damage. I'm down to 4 HP compared to Wiz
Yeah.
9. I have to get a 20 to kill him with 1 punch. I can't scream. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see.
Next roll. You get 17.
I get a 17. And how much does Bill Cipher get?
Bill gets an 11.
An 11. That's a pretty big margin.
Yeah.
So what happens is Bill is like
Get a
cocky right
chance.
now. He's like, this is the one punch man amped up by the powers of a god, and I'm just slapping him around. You know, I just like, all right, it's time to get serious. So I'm just like, I bust out my serious punch. I just beat him right in the eye, and he gets a black eye. He's starting to get mad. He gets his red, like, extra dimensional form out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he loses how much HP?
I'd give him a 3. It's in the eye, so
It's in the eye.
it's a strong hit.
So I'm at 4. He's at 6. So yeah, this fight is
close battle. Jeez, you jinxed yourself.
yeah, but like, if it's a win-win, because like if Saitama wins, then he wins. But if he loses, that means that he finally found someone who could match his level of power, right? So it's a win-win.
Are you sure? Are you sure the term is match his level of power? Or... Right, you get a 9.
I get a 9. How much does he get?
My boy gets a 10.
He gets a 10. Oh. So what happens is, I'm like, okay, I have to overwhelm him now. So I throw consecutive normal punches, but he's just dodging around, like, and he just smacks me with his hat. just a bonk. And I'm like, ugh. And yeah, I'm minus 1 life, and I'm down to 3. He is at 6. Interesting.
50-50. Right,
Alright.
next roll.
Next roll.
You will get a 10.
I get a 10.
And Bill got a 4.
Oh, I get a 10. He gets a 4. That's a pretty good like distance. Okay, so I should do a significant amount of damage. So what I do is I bust out my killer move, serious headbutt, and I'm like, I'm gonna headbutt you back. Oh. Yeah.
Ball head.
Yeah. Yeah, he's blinded by the shininess of the bald head. Yeah. And I got him right in the jaw. And yeah. How much damage do you think that does?
Right in the jaw?
Yeah, because like, if you want to do damage with a headbutt, you do to the jaw.
Does
like,
Bill have a jaw?
Well, he has a mouth, right? He has a mouth, right?
His mouth is his eye. So let's say
so, the eyebrow.
an eye bag.
The eye bag.
An eye bag, maybe?
Yeah. I got him this eye bag. Yeah.
So
anyway, how much damage does that do?
It's a -2.
Minus 2. Okay. Alright. So I'll take it. He's down to 4 and I'm at 3. So I have to put him away. If I want any chance of winning, I have to put him away. I've had my fun. You know what I mean? Time to roll.
Time to roll. You got a 13.
I get a 13. How much does Bill get?
Better be lucky. Bill gets a 20.
Oh, Bill gets a 20. And I realized that, I'm like, oh shit. So finally, I found my match. And he just just Thanos snaps away, and Saitama dusts away, and the world of the One Punch Man X Marvel Universe is doomed. Unless, of course, Doctor Strange comes in to save the day. But, like, the Hero Association is doomed because Saitama is the most powerful in the Hero Association. So without him, like, Japan is doomed. So yeah, I lose. God damn. Oh, I got. Well, it was a fun fight though. It wasn't like an
Yeah.
easy. He didn't get a 20 right away. Because if he got a 20 right away, and that would be kind of ironic, me being the One Punch Man, and I got one punch. Anyway, so
It took me just 2 hits and you're
okay. So as the score
Yeah.
stands, you get a 1, I get a 0. So we'll just like race to 3. Whoever gets 3 first. And
Right.
so we'll go to your world again, and let's see your next villain to fight.
Mm-hmm. Why do I get the easy ones?
Who did you get?
A fucking chicken named Ludo.
We can repeat names, huh? It's okay. We can repeat. Yeah, so you got
Yeah,
Ludo.
but I got a fucking chicken named Ludo. That's literally what I wrote.
You got
A
magic.
fucking chicken named Ludo. Right, so we're taking him with the wand.
All right, yeah.
With the half
Full
wand.
power. Full power.
Mm-hmm. Right, so Ludo pops in this city. What the fuck would he do here? Where's Star? Wrong dimension, bro.
Wrong dimension.
But yeah. How would we put Ludo on the stage? So he ends up in a big city. And he has an enormous spider and a hawk to go with it. I guess. Okay, let's give him an army of rats. So
Oh yeah.
that's bad news because that could spark up another black plague.
Ooh. Okay. So.
A Munion black plague this time.
Ooh no. Ooh. Oh my goodness. How much HP would Ludo's power be, like from 1 to 10?
Well, I can't say Ludo's stronger than King Candy.
Really? Ooh, interesting.
I think King Candy would be stronger than a fucking chicken. A fucking chicken and rats. I mean, they're just basically a human. It's very earthly, so I guess I'd give him a. I'll be generous and give him a 7.
Okay, 7. So, kindly roll, and we'll see.
On a roll. You got a 16.
Alright, nice.
And Ludo gets a 20.
Oh,
Ow. Shit.
Well, it's not an insta-kill, because like you were pretty close. So like, yeah.
Yeah, right. So the rats take over. It's hard to get them all in one place. So basically, traveling everywhere, blasting one rat, blasting a family of rats and another family of rats on every household, while Ludo beams through the sky. So Ludo realizes, hey, this could be a fun way, so he can take over and become king. So I get blasted by Ludo. I'll subtract how many?
Close. So I think a 1 or 2 is fair. But I'd say
Right.
2, because like he got a 20. So he gets that added damage. So like a 2 is
Right.
fine.
So I'm down to 7 and he's full 7. It's a tie.
Yeah, 5.
Next roll. I got a 1.
Oh no. And how much did he get? It's a 0. There's no 0.
He got a 7.
Oh god.
Far. Right.
Oh, it's kind of
So
far.
basically, right, blasting black beams, white beams. I create a storm, so it would. I create a storm, but that was a mistake because I created a flood that encouraged leukemia. Wait, no, not leukemia. Leptospirosis.
go.
Uh, so basically almost everyone could get that disease, and there are already some diseased people around,
Oh
which is
no.
hard to heal for Raven.
Oh darn.
So that will subtract my HP by.
I think a 3. Well, yeah, because like the gap is not that far, but it's significant.
Mhm.
I think a 3 is
Yeah,
fair.
right.
Yeah.
I'm down to 4, and he's still on 7.
Darn. Gosh.
Darn.
This damn chicken.
This damn chicken. Right. Next roll. Ooh, I got a 20.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh. Right.
How much does he get?
He
Gets
gets a
a 1.
16.
Oh crap. A repeat.
Right.
So
Right.
2.
So, Blast, grab the wand, and I guess because Raven can seal these artifacts too, so that's immediately sealed back in her cave. And now Ludo's just standing there, relying on a spider and a hawk. Well, Raven diminishes almost half of the Rat Army's population. Okay, so that decreases Ludo's chances by 2.
I think
Right,
it's
so
fair.
he's down to. Right.
Yeah.
He's down to 5, I'm at 4.
Mm.
Next roll! We got a 17. Stage I'm at you. And he got a 2.
Oh, devastation.
Ooh, this is a good catch up. Mm-hmm.
Devastation.
Right. My Raven summons a big fly swatter with her magic. And she just fucking splats that fucking spider. And if that's not enough, big can of insect spray. Spray that little bitch down. No more spider, because basically let's say the spider was like because what can a bird do other than fly? Like that's it. Then diminish, let's say, a quarter of the rat population. And while Ludo rests with this hawk, eagle, I don't know what it is, Raven gets to heal like a good amount of the population that is still healable with that disease.
Alright.
So that will reduce Ludo's chances by.
What was the roll again? What was the gap?
20. Wait, no, 17 and 2.
Oh yeah, that's a lot. That's a 4 right there. That's a 4.
Right. So Ludo's down at 1, and I'm at 4.
Yeah, like those odds.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Favorite number. You got a 15.
Oh crap. What happened?
Right, so Ludo backs up with more rats, and basically the eagle kind of like distracts from the attacks. But eventually that eagle is taken care of. The main worry now is Ludo and his unending army of rats. This is Black Plague 2, the war.
Oh, no.
Right. So that decreases my HP by.
Well, it's 15 versus 6. So it's pretty significant. I think a 3 is fair. I think a 3 is
Yikes. Fair. So it's 1 HP versus 1 HP.
Yeah. So it's like neck and neck, magic on magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
I got a 15.
And
Ludo
1.
Gets a 10.
Yeah, you win. You win. But how do you
There
win?
you go.
How's the devastation, the final blow?
Ludo gets thrown back to his dimension through a different portal. And Raven eventually gets to close that portal, and I guess she burns all the rats down. That sounds brutal. She burns the rats down, leaving all the rats to stay in the sewers for a very long time. And she won't stop until she finds every single rat that has stayed in every single sewer in the city. The city's rat-free, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, I caught on.
That's a victory for Raven. They improved Raven. All right, I'll go
Right,
back to my world.
that's
So I
two
died.
zero.
Yeah, 2-0. I died. So what happens is Doctor Strange comes in of this universe, my universe, and he brings Saitama back to life with the time stone. And so I'm like, whoa, I'm back. I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to defend Japan against who?
Against Hive. Okay, so you're basically Saitama's battling 5 teenagers.
But how powerful are they? I'm sorry, I haven't watched the
Hold
Teen
on.
Titans show, the original.
Hold on. I forgot Loki was on my lap. He fell. Right. So we got the Hive. Hold on. Hive. Teen Titans. Okay, so first off we have wait, where do I start? From who do I start? Right, so first we got Jinx. So from the name itself, she wields magical hex powers. So she's basically a witch that manifests bad luck with anyone. And she's also a martial artist. So Gizmo is a diminutive boy genius has an arsenal of mechanical tools and weapons. So Gizmo is basically imagine Doc Ock and Jeremy King combined.
Oh, that's interesting.
So he has arms that defend him. Right.
Gotcha.
Next is Mammoth. So you got a big muscly guy. So Mammoth is basically like he's basically like a monkey person.
Okay.
Despite the name Mammoth. So
Gotcha.
it's like a hairy Hulk, but not green.
Okay.
Right. So Seymour, as in C more. So he basically can okay, his powers include shooting eye-shaped bubble like projectiles, shields, X-ray vision, and infrared vision. So Seymour is basically like a baby Bill Cipher. So he can do almost anything with his eye, except for the magic stuff. So it's like more sciencey. Yeah. Next is Billy Numerous, which is like duplicate. So he self clones into a lot of himself, which his abilities are just combat sports. So basic hand-to-hand combat skills. And that's about it. Is that 5?
Yeah, that's 5.
Yeah, that's 5.
So okay, so Saitama, with this like barely trying with this serious punch, he was able to deflect a blast that was threatening to annihilate the surface of the planet, or if not the entire planet. Do you see any of the 5 beings that you mentioned capable of something like that? Because that will dictate the 1 to 10 scale.
I don't think so. I mean, Hive is basically like just taking over the city. So Hive's main objective is to defeat the Teen Titans. So I guess that's it. Yeah.
All right.
Right. Little correction. Yeah, Gizmo can have arms, but generally he walks around with a little jetpack on him. But it's a kid. You can just eat that dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like a Child Emperor in One Punch.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So, how much health should they get? Saitama is at a 7. How much health?
Are we
should
talking like all of them in general, or
the team combined?
right, the team combined? I'll give them a 6. Honestly, they're not that strong.
All right.
Because they have teamwork issues sometimes.
Ooh. Okay. All right then. Let's do it. Let's fight.
Right. And roll 1. Roll 1. You have 20.
I got a 20. And what did they get?
These kids got an 18.
An 18. Ooh, so that's pretty close. But, so me, I'm like, okay, I can't take my chances anymore because this universe has a lot of powerful beings. So I decide to bust out my serious punch right away. And the sheer like shockwave of the punch like sends them back. But not like flying back, just sliding on the floor back. But they feel it. So they ask, "Who are you?" Me? I'm just a guy who's a hero for fun. And that takes away, I'd say, two? Two, is that fair? Because it's a 20.
That's fair.
Yeah, alright. So I took off 2, leaving them at 4. Yeah, 6 minus 2 is 4. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Roll 2.
Roll, you have a 13.
Alright.
And these babies got a 3.
The 3. That is a lot of power. 4 times more power. So what I do is, I'm like, this move didn't work before, but I'll try it again. I use my killer move, serious sideways jumps, and I just create after images just by jumping side to side. And what I do is I just basically encircle them. So they're seeing like 100 Saitamas, but it's really just me going around them in circles. And it creates like a tornado that kind of like, leaves them a little bit wobbled. You know what I mean? I think that takes away, because it's 3 versus 13. I think that's a 3. A damage of 3 makes sense, right?
Right, so they're down to 1.
Yeah, down to 1. I am untouched for now.
Right. Next is you got a 2. Your turn to get a 2.
Oh.
And these kids got a 1.
Got a 1. So basically I'm like, I'm still a little bit like winded from the Bill Cipher fight. So I'm just like, eh. And yeah,
These
it takes.
kids are gone.
I hurt the mammoth, and then the mammoth topples over everyone else. So like, how much health do they have left?
1.
1? Okay, so that knocks them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saitama does not kill humans, so yeah, he'll just incapacitate them. So yeah.
Saitama just beat some kids. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So if you get this done, you win. But
Yep.
So that means you win the contest undisputed. If you win this, you win the contest undisputed. But I would like to see how well I do against like other villains and such like that. Okay. So
Right.
your turn. Your time.
My
your
last
time.
villain is
Thanos.
Hold on. I'm just gonna take a picture of this for you. You'll love it. You'll love it. Hold on.
I'll get my phone. I don't know how well I can type with these gloves. Sort of. Oh, it's a little kitty. Oh no! Oh no!
I got the cake!
Oh no! Big Daddy. Oh my god. So we're talking about the Teen Titan with daddy issues versus the Viltrumite who gives off daddy issues. It's a matchup for the centuries. It's Raven versus Omni-Man. Omni-Man! Oh my goodness.
Smash me with your cake, daddy.
Okay.
Smash me with your cake, daddy. Then
Okay.
defeated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
My
So-
first roll.
Wait, no, wait. We gotta talk about Omni-Man's powers first. So Omni-Man is evil Superman, basically. But it's more than that. Because through his Viltrumite physiology, and he can regenerate and adapt to environments better than humans can. And he was raised in a world wherein it was like kill or be killed, basically. So he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. I think he's not quite on the level of Saitama, but I will give him a 7 power level wise. Because like they have a similar power set, really. Except I think Saitama is somewhat stronger, but they're similar in powers. Yeah, I think, yeah. You get a 9, he gets a 7. It's kind of fair.
How will I beat daddy? Alright, I rolled a 7.
Okay.
That's fun. And he rolls a 16.
Oh, God.
The
Set the
power!
The power! The power!
Right. So, how would Omni-Man enter the city? Because
Just
I
flying
mean,
over.
yeah, he's just flying over, and so he's targeting Raven specifically. Let's
Mhm.
say. She's just chilling in her house, taking a nap. Then there goes her lair with a single punch from Omni-Man. So she gets a little damage from the debris falling over her head. That takes away how many?
The role again. Sorry, I was immersed in the story. What's the
She
role?
she 16 versus 7.
So Omni-Man wins. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's true because Raven doesn't go down easy. But
Okay.
Omni-Man is a powerful beast. So yeah, 2 is fair.
Right. So we're both at 7 HP.
Yeah.
The next roll. Right. I rolled a 14
Mhm.
and Daddy rolls a 14.
Ooh. Damn.
Right.
Evil.
This person dares wake me up from my nap. So I immediately blast whatever was on there, but he dodges a little too late. So since it's whatever dark energy or light energy, he gets hit by, let's say, a cake. No, I'm kidding. The shoulder. Right. So
Okay. All right.
he gets hit on the shoulder with some light energy, and in return, so I'm since it's a tie, I'm letting him attack too. In return, he literally dives down and tries to throw a punch at Raven. So Raven was ever so kind enough to, well, not really dodge it also. So let's say she got hit in the sternum, then back against the wall,
All
not
right.
in a kinky way.
Okay. So it's a draw. So do you think
Mm-hmm.
they both get damaged or they're both
Yeah,
at...
I mentioned they both get damaged, keeping them both at 7.
Okay.
Right. Next roll, Raven gets an 18,
Nice. Nice.
and Cake Man gets 10.
Ooh.
Right.
Nice.
Back against the wall. I blast a little bit of lightning into him. So while he's getting zapped, does he get shocked?
He can get hurt. Yes. Omni-Man
Right.
can get hurt. Yeah.
So Omni-Man gets basically tased with Raven having Crystal's power of lightning manipulation. So he gets zapped. Then Raven flies in with a big punch. Lockjaw comes in, teleports them to somewhere safer.
Okay.
Then gets back to his nap. He's like a good boy.
Oh,
Right.
so cute.
That's the first time I let Lockjaw enter because this is my house. You're not destroying my house. But that's the dog's domain. Like, don't destroy my bed. Go away. Right. Next roll. I got an 8. And Omni-Man gets an 11. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Close.
So Omni-Man gets back up on his feet. Let's say he grabs a... Where would Lockjaw teleport them? I guess say an open field?
Yeah, fair.
Because out of the city, so... Lockjaw's a good boy.
The best.
Make sure there's no damage. Right, so let's say Omni-Man, he scoops up a huge chunk of, well, soil? No, not soil. Just a huge chunk of the ground. Throws it at Raven and she gets caught. But, so basically she's hanging while the soil disc is flying until she gets plopped on the ground. But she breaks that big disc of soil in half so she doesn't get suffocated and her boobs are fine.
Alright.
So
Nice.
yeah. That reduces my HP by
2, no, 1. 1. Say
1.
1.
Alright. So that is how many again? So we were both at a tie. Then
Yeah.
Raven, Omni-Man lost. Wait, no.
Yeah. Yeah, then Omni-Man lost, right? And then you lost.
Omni-Man lost, then I lost. So Omni-Man was down to 5 or
Yeah,
6.
I think something like that.
5. Then
Probably 5.
I'm at 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Next roll.
The next roll is 14.
Mm-hmm.
My dude gets a 7, so that's half.
Ooh,
Wow.
yeah. That's solid.
Right. So with that huge pile of discs, Raven can split those in half, then throw multiple chunks of those back at Omni-Man. So Omni-Man dodges a few, but since there's so many chunks, he can't dodge them all.
Yeah.
So gets to eat some dust, gets to eat some soil. Then Raven's turn to grab another chunk of the big disc. Another big disc, then fling it towards Omni-Man. It's his turn to get crushed into the ground. Sandwiched between the big disc, his cake, and the earth.
All right.
So that that takes away.
I think a 3 or 4.
Right.
Up to you.
So I'll be kind of give and reduce 3.
Okay.
So Cake Man's down to 2. His cake isn't so strong anymore, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Because that's
I'm
where
at
all the
6.
damage was. You're just attacking his cake. Like
Right. I rolled 9.
Nice.
He rolls a 5.
Ooh.
Right. My turn to top that. Anyway.
How do you hurt him?
Don't let me go there.
You have to
So he's
describe what
crushed.
happened.
He's crushed by a disc. Omni-Man, of course, throws that back up in the air. Raven catches it, then ever so kindly returns it back to its crater. So Omni-Man throws a punch. Raven is just basically moving from one place to another. Then, let's see. Hold on, let me think. So Raven's basically dodging every hit that Omni-Man tries to strike her.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm gonna hate myself for this. Raven creates a paddle with her powers and smacks the dude. You know where. Hazing style. So that cake clapped way into space.
Damn.
Damn.
Omni-Man is defeated by Raven.
Really?
Good fight. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So that gives me 3. That cake.
So yeah, and
The
now
cake
the
will be
score
missed.
is now the cake. You said cake. Damn it! You keep saying cake, and now it's in my mind. Think, Raven. Think. Now the score is 3-1, but I have one more boss battle for us. It is it is now Saitama hears about the impressive, overwhelming, unbeatable power of Raven, and he decides it's time to team up against the big bad, big daddy issues himself, Thanos, the purple eternal, the infinity gauntlet wielding Thanos. And now, so we'll be fighting Thanos, and he's at 20 health. So I'm at 7, you're at 9. And yeah, basically, we'll take turns like attacking him. So it's me, and then you, and then me, and then you, and then yeah, it's basically the same thing, but it's us two against one.
Alright.
So Thanos, I'll set the stage, and then you. I'll set the stage for the setting, and you set the stage for us entering the arena. So the world has gone silent because Thanos completed the Infinity Stones. He snatched the Time Stone from Doctor Strange. He killed Vision. Like, he took all the Infinity Stones and...
Not my gem.
No, not that gem. That's not a gem.
Yeah, I know, but it's still... Well, technically it's a gem, canonically. Yeah. But this is just a sticker, of course. Anyway.
So yeah, Thanos is like, he kills half the universe, and half of the heroes at the Hero Association die. Half of the Avengers of my world die. I'm like, I see Genos, and he's like turning to dust. I'm like, no, my best friend, no. I'm so mad, I'm so mad. I want to go serious right now. And for you, it's like you lose some of the Teen Titans, not all of them, but some of the Teen Titans bite the dust and become dust. and so we meet in a different universe, and we're like, it's time to fight Thanos, we have to undo the snap, you know what I mean? And so we do that, and Thanos, he opens a blue portal, and he just appears into this big field, and he's like, you can't beat me. I am Big Daddy. The Big Daddy.
That's a big eggplant. Anyway.
Choked on my saliva. Anyway, so yeah.
Without saying choke on. You started this. I mean, not that you started, but you continued it, so we're sticking here.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, we don't apologize for our bits. Never. Alright, so set the stage. How do we enter the arena? We just see Thanos on this field.
Right, so since it's my world that, it's my city that's closer to the field, let's say. Raven was already in the middle of, let's say, distracting Thanos from doing further damage. Then, of course, I hear about this One Punch dude, so maybe he can help. Portal, grab this dude, lead him to the field, and how will we carry this conversation? So, just Saitama being thrown into a field by a teen. Who is this sassy lost child?
I'm just like, okay.
Right, so we make a quick conversation. Both of our great companions are gone because of this big purple dude right here. Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Right.
You gotta beat the daddy.
Beat him where?
You're about to find out. Alright. No! So, what happens is, let's roll. I'm the one to attack first. So, like,
right.
I go. Alright, let's
You got a 1.
I got, oh fuck. I got a 1! Alright, and what does Thanos get?
Thanos gets a 16.
Oh shit. So what happens is, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just a guy who's a demigod for fun, and and he just takes the axe, and he's like,
just keep bonking.
Why are you hitting yourself? Daddy. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? And just like, and I think I take 3 damage. I take 3 damage right away because he just.
So you're down to 4.
Yeah, I'm down to 4. Shit. The first match. Yeah. Now your turn. Fight him.
Alright, turn. My roll is an 18.
Ooh,
how come you get the low rolls? I feel bad for you. I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna start this die.
That's why I'm saying power levels do not matter here. This is a different universe. Power levels do not matter. You could be freaking Goku and have an HP of 10, for example. But like if your roll is bad, like you're gonna take damage. So like yeah, that's just the way it goes. It's luck. It's luck
Okay.
based.
Right, so I get 18.
Nice.
Thanos gets a 3.
Nice.
Basically the opposite for you. Right. So while you were getting damaged, I beam you out of the situation so you can heal. And let's say trying best to disarm this large man. So attacking the feet until he falls to the ground so he would be a little more immobile. And also giving some beams to the face. Let's say we haven't realized that the Infinity Gauntlet is the one giving him power.
Okay. Fair.
Right, so we're still trying to give him punches. I do enough damage to knock him over, but it's basically just a toddler falling. So that gives Thanos how many damage? How much damage?
So it's 3 versus 18, right?
Mhm.
I think that's a 5. That's worthy of a 5.
Right, so how much HP does Thanos have again?
20.
20. Right, so he's down to 15. You're down to 4. I'm sticking to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn. You are 13.
13. How much does
And
Thanos
Thanos gets a 1.
gets a 1?
Oof.
So like I'm like, you know what? I haven't used these 4 powers nearly as much as I should have. So I'm like, I have to take this guy out as soon as possible. So I charge up my killer move, serious, God punch. And like instead of my serious punch, it's a God punch, and it's filled with electricity and lightning. Charge it over to Thanos. He doesn't even get a chance to close the gauntlet, use his power. He's just like, bang, you know? And I send him flying through a mountain. It's like, ah! And how much damage does that do? Because it's a
He
1.
sent the big man flying back, so I guess we'll take a 3 or a 4 away from him.
I think 4. 4.
Right.
Yeah, not quite as powerful as Raven, but you know, it stuns the Mad Titan.
Yeah. So he's at 11.
Yeah.
And we're at 4-9. Didn't
Your
even make
turn.
it 6-9.
Oh, Thanos is hard. He's so hard. Your turn.
I roll a 10.
Nice.
And Thanos rolls a 17. Right.
Fudge.
Great. So you went to throw hands at him.
Yeah.
Before, he mentioned that he was even able to close his gauntlet. Raven makes that observation. So while the dude was flying back, Raven runs after to try to see what she can do with the gauntlet. Of course, Big Daddy Big Daddy gets a grip of her, just basically, like how you would a flying mosquito with one hand.
Yeah.
So Raven gets squished before she was even able to teleport out of the hand to do her attack. So basically, she gets squished, acquires some damage, then was able to teleport back to where she was. So that gives Raven how much damage?
3, 2, one of those. It's like the gap is pretty large, but I don't think Raven goes down easy.
Yeah. So I guess 3?
I'd say 2.
Alright.
Yeah.
2 then. So 4, 7, then 11.
Yeah. Oh, pretty much even. As long as we do a lot of damage.
Right.
My turn. So Raven is getting hurt. So I decide, you know what? I have to put this guy away, you know? So I tried
This sassy lost child is getting hurt. Anyway.
I'm like, I have to think, and I use my radar sense to detect where you guys are, and I jump into action. So what happens? What's my role?
You roll a 14.
All right.
And
Next Thanos.
Thanos rolls a 3.
A 3. So I'm like, Raven's getting hurt. I gotta help her. So what happens is I throw my billy club at Thanos, and it ricochets similar to how Daredevil would throw it, and it just distracts Thanos long enough for me to get an opening on him. So what I do is I grab his gauntlet and I try to crush it a little bit, but then I feel the energy emanating from these stones. So I'm like, maybe this is what's giving him power. So I snatch one of the stones, specifically the time stone. I just throw it as far away as I can, like as far away as I can. Well, I don't know it's the time stone, but I'm just like, this green thing looks striking. So I'm just, yeah. And so Thanos, no, my Sour Patch Kids.
You sound like you would do that.
Yeah.
Just get a little gauntlet and stick some Sour Patch Kids on it. The adhesive would be like some melted candy.
Yeah. So Thanos is distraught by the loss of this time stone. So what I do is I throw my consecutive normal punches and I just overwhelm Thanos, trying to send him away and put some distance in between us because Raven's taking some damage. So I have to keep that distance away, but at the same time do damage. So Thanos gets a 1, I got a 14, I think. So I think that's worthy of a 4. You know, not quite the additional elemental damage that Raven has, but the striking power, like it can hurt Thanos. That will hurt Thanos. So yeah. So down to 7.
Yeah.
Down to 7.
4, 6. Wait, no. 4, 7, 7.
Yeah.
Right. Raven's roll. 18.
18.
Oh. And Thanos gets a 7. Alright.
Ooh.
So, Raven watching Saitama do damage, she sees this idiot yield the time stone away. So of course, she knows that stone's powerful, so she immediately beams it back to her. Then stars it somewhere. And making her basically a crystal gem at this point. But yeah, some important artifacts. Then, of course, while Saitama's doing damage, Raven, summoning bigger fists, does the same damage to Thanos. While Thanos is being distracted from the punches, Raven gets to decide, removes 3 more of the stones. Wait, 3 from the knuckles. Yeah. The other 3 stones, leaving just the gauntlet and the final stone. I don't memorize all the stones, so yeah. Secure and contain the remaining stones while distracting Thanos with punches. So that gives Thanos damage by how many?
So it's a single digit against 18. So I think a 4 is good enough. Yeah.
Right. So we're down to 473.
Yeah, 473.
Right. We could defeat this guy.
Yeah, we have a chance.
You got a 16.
I got a 16.
Big Daddy gets 14.
14. Oh, so Thanos is enraged. He's losing this fight, but he's
losing to kids.
He's losing to kids. What is this bald person and this teenager?
This sassy last child. Sassy last child.
Yeah, and this bald guy. So yeah, he's angry.
The shine. Anyway.
He's angry. So what he does, he throws a powerful punch, but it's not really like I'm gonna kill you punch. It's more of a punch out of desperation. More like he's getting these giant fists from Raven like hurled at him, while Saitama is still throwing those consecutive normal punches, not holding back, like just. And so Thanos, out of anger and desperation, he throws a desperation punch at Saitama, who's closer to him, obviously. So Saitama meets him halfway with a serious punch, and their 2 fists collide, and it causes a big crack on the field, like the field just split, you know. And there's a bit of lava like spurting out, you know, and Thanos not having as much striking power as Saitama, he's like his knuckles are bleeding, and his arm is a little bit broken, but he'll heal. But it's a little bit broken. He's hurt, Yeah,
Dislocated,
and
like one.
yeah, yeah, and he's hurt. He's getting tired. He's still getting hit by Raven. So, but
Mhm.
he's more worried about the immediate pain from Saitama's serious punch. So he gets like
Mhm.
a one, because it's pretty close, right? And
Uh-huh.
Thanos is an Eternal, so yeah, I'd say a one.
Right. So Thanos is down to 2.
Yeah,
This final hit could destroy him. Right.
yeah. Wait, what?
So
Isn't it three? Three, right? Because he's at a 4, right? Or was it?
no, he was at a 7. You removed 4 as
Okay.
suggested.
Okay. And
So
then
3. Then you took away 1 now.
okay, so 2. You're right. Sorry, I was a little lost.
Accountancy.
Accountancy.
The power.
The power. Yeah.
Right. So
Right.
my
Your
roll
turn.
is 19.
Nice.
Oof. Thanos
What
gets
is?
a 19.
Ooh.
Woo.
Ooh.
Right.
Is not going
Um.
down without a fight.
So he gets to So you said his arm was a little broken. That could be mistaken for a little dislocation. So he can pop that shit back into place.
Yeah.
Then eventually he'll get to power it up enough to move aside from Raven's huge fists. So he runs up to the little child, tries to splatter again. Well, of course, if he, does Saitama throw back punches again?
Back punches like that.
No, like would he punch? So he punched Thanos. And right, he's catching up. So this gives enough opportunity for Thanos to run to the smaller child this time because what's better, swatting a mosquito or swatting a fly? Right. So Raven, of course, before Thanos was able to catch up to her, she creates a portal underneath Thanos, another portal on top. So basically, Thanos falls into the portal, falls back. Raven closes the portal on the ground, then plops. But mistakenly, that portal was too big, so Thanos ends up falling on top of her
Oh no. Whoa.
on the ground. But luckily, just a little bit of damage. Thanos wasn't too heavy on that part. So let's say she got squashed by his shoulder or something. So she acquired very little damage, but let's say Thanos acquired a little more, or maybe equal damages. So yeah, with damage or no damage.
I'd say no damage, just to make
Right.
it interesting. Also, let's
Mhm.
say like Thanos is an experienced warrior, and so is Raven. So I don't think like Raven would be like off guard, like oh no
Mhm.
Thanos, and then like ah. So I think like
Yeah.
she'd put up a shield or something, and Thanos would like be on guard. So like I think they would just repel each other, no damage.
Right. Right. Next roll, you get a 12,
Oh, nice.
and Thanos gets a 13. It's pretty close call.
Ooh, rough. That's rough. So I think oh, my serious punch, it did damage to him. I'll break his other arm now. But this time, he fights smart. So he punches with the gauntleted hand. And the gauntlet hand still has 1 or 2 stones on it. So
Yeah,
it's
one
kind of
stone.
powered. What stone? Let's say the power stone. Let's say the power
Yeah,
stone,
sure.
the purple one. To match Saitama and make it things interesting. So Power Stone can blow up a planet. Saitama's punch can blow up a planet. They just collide in the middle, and the sheer shockwave, like it hurts me more than it hurts Thanos. Like I just sent back, but not too in pain. Just like I feel this. Like my muscle, like my arms are kind of like shaking from all the adrenaline and the blood pumping through my entire body. My arms are kind of shaking, and it's been a while since I've had this exhilarating of a fight. And I say take 1 damage because there's 1 difference. Like it's
Right.
12, 13. Yeah. So I'm down at 3.
So Thanos is done at 1.
No, he takes no damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
because
no
you did
damage.
damage. No damage, right? From the
Alright.
previous fight with Raven and here, he takes no
Alright,
damage.
so you take damage, not.
One. I
Alright.
take one. So I'm at
So,
three.
3, 5.
You, yeah, and
Wait,
then
wait, 5 or 6? Or 7?
um,
Yeah, somewhere around that range.
yeah, yeah, and then Thanos is at two.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Raven rolls at 20.
Ooh, and what does Thanos get?
12. That's a
That's
big
a
difference.
big gap. And
Right.
yeah, set the stage.
Right. So realizing that there was still one power stone left,
Mm-hmm.
um, Raven immediately teleports near the gauntlet. Then instead of just gathering the stones, she uses her magic to smash it. So no more power stone. The gauntlet is useless other than it being an armor for his hand.
Yeah.
That's an armor for his hand. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and of course, Raven now summoning all of the elements because this guy needs to be taken down. This guy is not getting eaten to another dimension or whatsoever. So Raven summoning the all the elements and almost anything existing on Earth, just throws it upon Thanos and um, so much like the wind blowing into his eyes, getting him getting a little heavy from getting soaked. Then there's the fire just burning up onto him. Then
Yeah.
of course we have dark and light magic just clashing onto him.
I think it makes sense because Thanos is
Right.
sort of like a poor father figure, and
Mm-hmm.
Raven has a poor father figure. Like narratively, she prevents Thanos.
Yeah, so much rage for dad. Just
Yeah.
killed this big daddy. Right. So that concludes the
Yeah.
Saitama Raven and Thanos fight.
So Thanos just dies, and you know what? Like, there's still one
We
glaring
cremated
problem.
him.
Yeah, we cremated him, and there's still one more big problem, and half of the universe is still dead. So what happens is, you call upon Trigon to help us.
Mhm.
He reassembles the gauntlet, and the stones, he puts them back together, and he's like, huh, this is a really nice glove. And he gives you that sinister smile, like, oh, this is a nice glove. But like, he knows a deal when it's a deal, so he snaps his
Mhm.
fingers and he brings half of the universe back to life and increases the resources. So Thanos supporters don't have to go down that path again. And
Mhm.
you know, being a good daddy, but he might be planning something sinister. Trigon gives Raven the Infinity Gauntlet and, splits up the stones so that, because two stones together, like, that's a lot of power to handle. So, yeah. Now the Avengers, the Justice League, the Hero Association, the Teen Titans, they're all working harmoniously and in tandem to make sure that the Infinity Stones don't fall into the wrong hands.
Bam! Raven's boyfriend is back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Genos is back. I like it.
Yay!
And so it's a happy ending. How well do we do? I don't do that well because it's luck based, but I think you were really lucky. Like, what are your thoughts on what we just did, this thought experiment?
Oh, god damn it. I felt bad that you got the lower rolls.
Yeah, me too. It's okay. It's luck based.
Like, this browser is bad. Don't do my baby like that.
You won. It's alright.
But still, don't do my baby like that.
It's content.
Don't do my baby like that. Don't do that.
Yeah. So, honestly, let's go back to your My Hero first. Yeah, I think this is a pretty well-rounded combination I made. I forgot about the sensory overload weakness for my Saitama. I think Thanos could have exploited that had he known about it. But this is no prep time after all. Yeah, so that, but pretty well rounded.
I guess the sensory overload, because Matt has sensory overloads when he can't really sense, because the only sense that he depends on is the remaining four.
Yeah.
But since he's given five senses, the sensory overload is more likely towards, I guess, more powerful entities. But here we're doing one-on-one. I mean, Saitama would have had a sensory overload with the five teens, but he didn't because he just basically eated some kids. So yeah,
All right.
it's reasonable.
And what can you say about your character, the character you put together?
Right. So I'm still mostly focused on Raven. Without so basically the genius and the weapons weren't used as much, but I guess Raven is a little too overpowered in a way. So
Yeah.
I guess similar to Wanda. I was debating between picking Raven and or Wanda, but I preferred the dark magic because you can still learn that. Yeah. With I put my Raven in control, but at some point she's bound to break. These powers are meant to break.
Yeah.
So she'll have that little break with her. Then that'll give her time to enhancing her weapons. Overall, it's a real powerful hero.
All right. Okay.
With little Lockjaw as I got a bonus pet.
Nice. Now, what the next question is? Can you kindly name all the beings that you fought?
Right. So I fought King Candy. I fought. Hold on. Let me look at the list. Right. I fought King Candy. I fought a fucking chicken named Ludo, and Hot Milk. Yeah.
And then
Omni-Man. I mean.
Yeah.
And then Thanos.
Yeah.
And
taking
you.
luck. Yeah. And then I fought Bill Cipher. What a debut.
You jinxed that. You jinxed that.
And then I fought the Hive, which is five
teenagers.
Teenagers.
She's
okay?
fine.
Oh, she's fine. Oh, cutie. And then I fought after the Hive, I jumped straight into fighting the Thanos, right?
You didn't take a third fight.
Okay, yeah, because we jumped straight in because you won the rounds already. Now without luck, how well do you think your Raven does against the beings you fought? Yeah.
How are we talking without luck? Like full on power?
Yeah, full on power abilities, and now we're talking about power levels. If you wanna talk about that,
Right. So Raven can basically smash all of these dudes. I mean, especially King Candy and Ludo. I mean, I was just ever so kind to give Ludo his rat army so he would be a little stronger because without the rat army, Ludo is just a 3. And Raven can splat the chicken.
Yeah.
Call it a
Not
day.
even trying. Yeah.
But for Omni-Man, that's a good fight. That's a good fight she would put up with. But she's pretty strong in a way.
Yeah.
Because magic, it almost has no boundaries, so she can fucking do whatever she wants.
Yeah. And magic can sometimes bypass conventional durability. So like, even if Omni-Man is objectively stronger and tougher, like it doesn't really matter that much if Raven's power can just bypass his toughness.
Yeah.
That he worked centuries to put together and improve on. But yeah, I think
Raven has daddy issues. She has a lot of rage to put out there.
Yeah. I think Raven would beat those three guys. It's really Thanos that would give her a problem because like Thanos has a complete Infinity Gauntlet plus armor, so like he can take extra damage compared to Omni-Man, but also like he has he has the magical, but the Infinity Gauntlet's not magic, but sort of magical powers to match, because like especially the Reality Stone, Time Stone, Power Stone, that would be that's a tough fight, 1v1.
Yeah.
I think 1v1 Thanos versus Raven would be a very tough fight for Raven, but she'd put up a really good fight because of her wide variety of abilities.
Yeah.
Now, onto my side, let's starting with Saitama versus Bill Cipher. That is, with taking into account power levels,
Uh-huh.
that's a really good fight. Like, taking away
Yeah.
luck and rolls, that's a really good fight. Because my Saitama. Because, like, well, he has the added powers of Thor, right? Who is
Mm-hmm.
stronger than Saitama. If we're talking the comics, he is stronger than Saitama. And there are limitations to what Thor and Saitama can do, and especially Matt being a normal human. I think because Bill Cipher is like what, 5-dimensional, 6-dimensional,
Two
seventh
dimensional.
dimensional, yeah, not 3-dimensional. Like, because I
No,
think
two.
that
He's literally
some
flat.
no, because like
Yeah.
I saw someone say something about Gravity Falls as like 7 universes or something like that.
Ah.
And
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cipher is the most powerful being in that cosmology. Now I don't know if he's a seventh dimensional being, but like he is ridiculously powerful. So I doubt my Saitama could beat that Bill Cipher.
Yeah.
It taking into account power levels. Because like
Mm-hmm.
even if Saitama is like really tough, and he is a really tough person, he is still a human. So he has
Yeah.
limitations to what he can do. He cannot breathe in outer space, that's one thing. He can still get hurt, he can still get tired, he can still take damage in a fight, even if he's a demigod in his nature. So like
Mm-hmm.
even with the added powers of Thor with Daredevil, like he has his limitations which Bill Cipher probably does not. Probably.
Yeah.
We just don't know how powerful Bill Cipher is,
Yeah.
but while we
But
sort of have
we.
a yeah, go
Mhm.
ahead.
Yeah, we know that Bill Cipher mostly enters the mind,
Mm,
and taking into fact all three of them, the mental issues of all three of them.
mm,
Bill Cipher enters this mind, and it can be easily manipulated.
yeah, true.
So that's instinctive for
True.
your character.
Yeah. And another thing is Bill Cipher does not have humanly limitations because he is an
Mm-hmm.
extra dimensional being, and he's
Not
sort of
true.
a god. He's sort of a god in his universe and just in general. I
Mm-hmm.
think a being that could take on Bill Cipher head on is Doctor Strange, because
Mm-hmm.
um he's fought beings like Bill Cipher. He will not back down. But I don't think Saitama has the power necessary to put away an extra dimensional being like Bill Cipher.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now next after that is the Hive. I think the Hive is like a step down in difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A huge step down.
yeah, cause like
Take a fucking elevator down. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm saying
cause like
it.
yeah, cause you're saying that the Hive are trying to conquer the city, right? Just the city.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
it's
mean, so
kind
far, yeah. So get rid of the Teen Titans. That's as far as I know is their aim.
oh, so they're like, so let's just assume that they can level multiple cities at full power. Let's just say,
Mm-hmm.
like, Saitama defeated a character that could, with a wave of his hand, could wipe out like multiple city blocks. Like,
Yeah.
and he beat him with one punch. So I think the Hive is an easy win for Saitama.
Yeah. You're fighting
One,
kids. Come on.
yeah, there 1v1 against Thanos though, that is a hard fight.
Yeah.
1v1 against Thanos. Because in the same way we don't know the upper limits of Saitama for his universe, we also don't know the upper limits of the Infinity Gauntlet. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So that's a hard fight. But I think Saitama and Raven teaming up, I think they could take out a Gauntlet Thanos. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we discussed which is our favorite superhero. We discussed which powers we would want to have, and how well we would do against villains with luck and without luck. And it's pretty interesting. What are your thoughts on this thought experiment?
I guess we. I mean, for you, at least you took into account that you have limits.
Mm,
The characters I selected almost has no limits other than the genius intellect that Shuri could have, but that could also be off limits.
mhm,
So I guess there are really a lot of types of heroes. There's a hero for every villain, basically.
And funny that you should say that there's a hero for every villain, but to add to that, there's also a hero for every fan.